Friends, I'm sure you've not missed the nerf, then unnerf, of the hit points of a bunch of blocks, where the fun pimps surely are intending to re-enable it once they figured out some kinks in the system. After a bunch of discussions on the forums, it also seems that their thought is to have two buckets of blocks. One which has all the full HP blocks, which would include plates and the like, and of course the full squares, and one so-called small shapes, where poles of course are included. And that's likely the main thrust of this all. The FunPimp simply does not like how we've been using poles now, well, for years and years in building our bases. So what's this big deal about poles? Well, they're really useful. They serve to not block pathing, so zombies like to go up to them, and they also allow for easy melee through them as there's so much gap. But it's apparently not a valid design. Walls need to be solid. No such things as poles and the like to block zombies while allowing us to melee through them. And well, at least according to the FunPimps. With the intent of them getting nerfed, people were up in arms about melee bases being hugely nerfed for no reason, as melee, if anything, is much more difficult than using ranged weapons and burning through thousands of rounds. But not to worry, I thought, hold on, let's make a melee base which works great even with the block nerf and doesn't require poles. And this is really a simple showcase of this. Yes, I do know they have unnerfed the nerf, but like I said, it's likely they will put it back in before long anyhow in Alpha 20. And regardless, this melee base works very well even if they don't nerf anything at all. Enjoy! Welcome friends, I'm sure you have not missed the controversy where certain block shapes have a lot less hit points than others. So for instance, the regular block has 5,000, in this case it's concrete. The half block has 5,000, pole has 1250, stairs 5,000, and the bars have, well, 5,000. I believe we do plate. That's the plate. We put down the plate and we can't see, we have to damage it, and it'll have 2,500 hit points. So depending on the shape, and this is something that they are still tweaking, but it looks to be that they're going to make anything that is like a pole or smaller is going to have significantly reduced hit points. And for some reason, plates have 2,500, and then bars that are essentially smaller have more hit points. But anyway, and intended. They've said that's how it's intended to be. So the reason is that they don't want you to be able to make something like this, where, for instance, you put multiple together, so it's taking up such a small space, or to be able to use, let's see if I can put these ones like this, so you actually can have a melee base we can fight through. No, you can't do that. That's unfair to the zombies, so they basically nerfed the hit points and made building a lot more complicated as a result. So but today we're actually gonna upend that a little bit, and we're gonna say, well, assuming this is the case, which of course it is, how can you still abuse and exploit everything in a way that the FunPimps don't like it or don't want you to be able to? Because I'm sure there's a way. Like always, we can always find ways around things. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a simple melee base. Stairs. I'm going to make a really simple melee base that will work, and it will have, well, pretty much the full amount of hit points. Anyway, so let's start with, let's do that. We're going to bring it up a little bit. We're going to have a stair upwards, and we're going to do this here. It's fine to have these blocks. I think that's all right. You wouldn't want to use poles there anyway, so let's bring that up something like that. Let's do it one more like so. Yeah, that looks good. We're going to put in like so, but now we're going to do something slightly differently. We are going to start by shifting these ones around. So we're going to do shift, and do that. We're going to bring them over. We're going to have a walkway. Walkways are good. Yep, something like that. And below, we don't want to have the full blocks. No, we're going to do something else that it's you shouldn't be able to do. According to the FunPimps, we're going to do, let's see, we have this one there. So we put these ones like so, right? And then we're going to invert them, or rather turn them around. Put them like so. So you basically have a lot more hit points on here because both of these ones are holding up this side. Perfect, right? And then we're going to make a small little platform like so. Let's do this. We're gonna have a platform, and because we're not gonna be allowed to use poles because they have so much less hit points. So instead, we're gonna do this. We're gonna put down our, let's say this would be fine. Yes, this one's, and of course it's in the wrong place, so we're gonna shift the one over. So we're now using these ones. We're not using the plates or anything, we're using these, and then just to annoy people, we're gonna double it up. So now we have a really small pillar that is doubled up, and the even better is that this pillar will not take any damage from cop vomit because the vomit will just pass through. Even better, right? So protect yourself in multiple ways, and let's do that here as well. We're gonna see if we do 1, 2. I'm gonna shift that over like so. And did I put it in the wrong place? No, we did correctly, and then we're gonna do like that. Who cares about regular pillars where you can do like this, where you can simply cheese it in this way anyway? This is probably gonna be my favorite way of doing things from now on. Simply cheese it. Just cheese it. Use these instead. Copy block like that. We're gonna make this a little bit bigger. Yeah, that's gonna be good enough. And of course we have doubled them up. Did we double them up? No, we didn't. So let's make sure we double these ones up as well. And this one we have to remove. Sorry, you have to go. And let's do like so. And that means that now we have 4 pillars that have the full amount of hit points, but they're basically see-through, right? Which is good. I mean, this works fine. I mean, if you don't want me to use poles, fine. You don't want me to use plates, fine. I'm just going to use the bars. The bars are, like I said, even better because if cops are just randomly vomiting, it's not going to hit the bars, I believe, because it goes through them. So we have that here. And now you might be wondering, how do you actually do a melee base here? Well. So we're going to do this. We're going to put these ones in, and then we're going to start putting in blocks around, because of course we need to have full blocks here so that the zombies don't actually do that. We can have a doorway or something, and we're gonna do that. Of course, we're gonna have to use full blocks, remember. Actually, we could use half blocks if we wanted to, so I could actually do something like so, like that, right? This would work as well. Actually, that would work here as well, like so. And then you might be wondering, well, but if the zombies are there, wouldn't they just be, you know, jumping across? And yes, we're going to do something else. So instead of having bars here, so you have a zombie here. Let's see if we can actually entice a zombie to come over here. Let's get the regular one. She should be able to get through here. Okay, he wasn't very clever. Let's see if we get a couple of the barrels. Can any of you get through? Alright, let's wait a little bit. Let's see if any of them decides to get through. Come on, get through the gap. Jump through. Okay, so the lady didn't get in. She refused to jump. For some reason they don't seem to like to jump over the bars. Does he get through? Come on. Zombie dog? Now even the zombie dog can't get through. Well, who needs a pole if even the zombie dogs are no longer getting through? What about if you're using a spider? Let me get a feral spider. Okay, can you jump through? Well, you didn't do a very good job, did you? Alright, zombie dog, come up here again. So I believe they should be able to get through one. I guess it doesn't. So even that. So this works really well. You don't need any poles. Now I was thinking about, well, let's say you wanted a pole. Because let's say they can get through here because there is the one wide. Well, I was thinking that, hey, you know, you just do something like this. We're going to keep it like that. And then we're going to turn this one like so. Like so. You know, yes, it looks a little bit ugly because it's there. But it works really well because there's no way they're going to get through. And, well, unfortunately, we do need some party girls here. Hello, party girl. Let me get a few of you. You can still bash through here just equally well. So, you don't need the poles. Because this space is definitely small enough that there's no way that the zombies are going to be able to jump through. And you have the bars here, which have the full hit points. Oh, I'm shooting that one. Full hit points, so it's got 5,000. This one is 5,000, even assuming they can get through this one by one. And that's all you really need. Well, what if you're using a sledgehammer? Well, let's do that. Get a couple of this late. Oh, come on, ladies. I know you are fighting to get to me. So they come up here, and you can use a sledgehammer as well. As long as you're sort of pushed up against this side, you don't actually need to worry about... Oh, come on. Oh, now I'm infected. Oh. Those STDs are the worst. But you see, this works really well as well. I mean, people worry that you can't make melee bases. This works fine. And if you wanted to have that around, let's say you're on the ground, you would just have to alternate. You have some openings, put some bars instead of plates, instead of poles, and use this one. So let me finish building up, and I'm going to start a Blood Moon Horde, and we'll see how it takes on a Blood Moon Horde. So give me a moment. Alright, so a quick tour before we start the Blood Moon Horde. We have the way up. I've nicely painted it. I put in some nice shocking electric fences, which will obviously help if they are getting to be too many. Nicely painted pillars here, and we have a way up, of course, ladder. Nice little door here. I put in a generator, of course, and what I did, I put one of these shutters that I turned around with advanced rotation so I can get to actually repairing these ones, because they will take a little bit of damage through the night. And yeah, that's about it actually. I have the bars up there so I can shoot if there's any vultures that come in, and this should be it. Let's close this out. Let's try it now. He takes too long. Let's just start with the Blood Moon Horde. Let's not dilly-dally here. And the Blood Moon Horde is going to be starting here. Let's see where they come in from. I am not in God mode. I have a game stage of 151, so it's fairly high. Let's see, they come in here. They should be coming up here, and let's knock her out. I didn't turn on the electric fence. You saw I took a little bit of damage there. Now knock her. Let's knock him. I'll probably take a little bit of damage as they run in, because they're a little bit too fast for me to take when I go. I could, of course, move back a little bit and do a little bit of kiting that way. Actually, this works really well. This is... I probably should drink a little bit of... oh, I can even loot. It's a loot base. I drink a little bit of coffee to keep my stamina up, because that can be a problem throughout a long horde otherwise. Because I'm not necessarily killing them always in one go, even though if I'm hitting the head, I am fairly likely to. Look at that experience. Look at that experience. One hit. I don't have a many... oh, there's a radiator. Good, good. I want to fight against the radiator, because these are the ones that I might not hit in one go. Well, unless you are using the power attack, and that works really well. Let's turn things on. Like this. Even if they gang up on me a little bit there, since they take a while before they recover, that gives me even more opportunity to hit them in the face. This actually worked even better than I thought. Let me try this sledge. The sledge is a little bit slower, so it's not necessarily always recommended. It works. You can see I'm standing here and I'm out of stamina, because I was using the power attack. Come on, come on, hit him in the face. It works. I mean, the swing, whether it's the light attack or the power attack, even for the sledgehammer, works fine. But I would say the steel club is probably going to be the better option here. I mean, I have regular 8 concurrent zombies. I could probably do more than 8 concurrent if I had like a longer path, so that they were stunned a couple of other locations as well, so I wouldn't get them all coming in one go. But this is actually working even better than I thought it was going to. Who needs to use ammunition where you can just stand here and just get, you know, headshot after headshot with your club, and doing pretty much a one-hit kill on a lot of these ones, even some that are radiated. Like I said, I'm not in... you see my hit points? I am still getting hit a little bit. Haven't needed to use any first aid kits. Now let's hit him. Well, I even gained a level. Let's hit her. So right-click power attack when you get some more tough. Let's see. So we can, yep, knock him down. Well, this works really well. So, stop everyone. Stop. Yeah. I guess you're, okay, good. So, to recap, you just have, let me go into God mode here. You just have a nice snare up. Seems to work really well. Then you have electric fences. You have, so what I've done, I've taken obviously the half block here. That allows them basically to come just filter in here right where I want them to be. And I put bars. This one hasn't taken much more damage. This one has taken a little bit of damage, obviously, because they do hit now and then. Let's go down and check here. No damage here. No damage here. The pillars have taken no damage whatsoever. Let's see what happens here. Let's do this. If I take this out, and this is, again, this is just a test. Let's re-enable the AI. Let's see what they are bashing at. Well, this was interesting. What is... Oh, so, hold on. That one is... Okay, you. This is even more interesting. They are not attacking the bars either. Well, okay, a little bit. Oh, but that's not much at all. It's like very occasionally. Very occasionally. Most of the time they're not. It's like one of them is swinging. The rest of them are just running around wildly. Which means that even if the main bridge collapses, you should be really safe because it takes them so much effort. Most of the time they're just basically running around. Because I'm still in here, as you can see. Even though I am like that, I am floating around. They don't seem to like to attack bars either, which makes them even better than regular pillars. Well, actually, I love that. What a cool exploit. I like it. So, want to make a melee base? Here's how to make a really cool, really easy melee base, which has a lot of durability on your pillars because you're using the bars that are still at full 5,000 hit points. For concrete, imagine if they were steel, 10,000 each, 20,000. Oh, I love it. See you next time, Survivor.
Special thanks to the great patrons supporting the channel. If you would like to join the Vedui community and support these videos, do follow the Patreon link.